at your redneck workshop. I'm Harold, and today we're going to work on a little something for the rotary table. Seems like the other day I ordered some gear cutters from China, and got a whole box of them. And what I intend to do is cut some gears. I don't need any gears, I just want to cut some gears because I never did it before, which is one of the things I'm here for, is to do things I never did before. This is the box of gears, gear cutters, sorry. And so this is going to require several projects before I get to the gear cutting project, because I've got to take a mandrel here that I've got. It's well, kind of like that, soft on one end, and I've got to turn it down to fit the gears because I don't have a mandrel for the gears. I've got a rotary table, and I've got a little disc for spacing the gears out, you know, indexing the gears, but I don't have a tailstock for that rotary table. So what we're going to do today is we're going to get some aluminum. We're going to go and cast that sucker and then bring it in here and machine it to fit. It fits the rotary table, I hope, but we'll make it fit something. Anyway, let's get on with it. There's an air show going on, so we'll probably hear some jets coming over. But what I've done here is I took this little piece like that, and I marked it off and I cut it in half with a hacksaw. I'm going to glue it on here, and that's going to be my pattern for what they call it, the styrofoam molding, lost foam molding, something like that, or lost foam casting. Anyway, that's going to be it's going to be the guy that I pour down into the aluminum and find out if it's going to work. Put enough glue on the bottom to hold it together, I hope. I'm using the good slick end, not the end of that cut, because I want to make sure there's plenty of stuff there to stick to. And anything that's not perfectly straight can get machined straight later. All I got to do now is to make sure I've got that much aluminum. That's quite a lot. I'm not sure if I have that much. I guess I may need to go to a wrecking yard and see if they got some busted up old car wheels in there. They're hard places to deal with, at least the last time I was, because I don't know, they just not very friendly around here. Anyway, so we will come back on this when I've got the next step, which is most likely to be when I put the thing in the sand. Well, I was going to cast that into a piece of aluminum today, but I did a lot of other things, and so decided I didn't feel like it. But I'm going to put it in that bucket. I'm going to have to wash all the diesel and crud out of there, get the bucket clean, and I'm going to put my sand in there, and it'll be ready for tomorrow. I found quite a lot of aluminum scrap there, and I know there's more than enough there to do it. I'll have some left over to make a couple of ingots for later on. So let me get busy and wash this bucket out. Okay, I'll shovel the sand in the bucket. The sand's already mixed from previously for casting. I haven't done yet, so I don't know if it's dry or wet. But I do know it's heavy. Looks like it's dry. I knew I had a tool for pounding it down. I just didn't know where. Alright, that's it until tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to crank up the foundry and melt that stuff this late in the day. Done a lot of stuff already today. I don't know. If you see me melting the stuff in a little bit, you'll know I changed my mind. That bucket's a lot heavier than what I want to carry out, so I'm letting the bottom of my Cyclone, homemade redneck Cyclone separator, serve as a four-wheel dolly. I'm going to roll it outside on that. The sun's going down really quick, but I figure about a half an hour and I can have all the part I need to see done. Set my bucket of sand out there. Loaded some castings in the foundry and got it lit off. And I need a couple more little tools I'll have to go look for. I got my genuine Harbor Freight infrared temperature thermometer. It'll go up to about 1100. I think the exhaust hole in the lid there should be pretty representative of what the temperature is, give or take a few hundred. Looks like we've hit about 536 degrees so far. A few more minutes, it'll kick on up there. Every time I've done this, once you get close to 1,000, it moves up pretty quick. Well, I forgot to turn on the camera before I lifted it out. So, I guess I left you guys out of the shot with me carrying that big heavy crucible aluminum, but I melted plenty as near as I can tell, and so far it hasn't come out the side of the bucket, so I'll let her sit there a half hour cooling and maybe it'll work good. Looks like there's a little bit of shrinkage right in the top of it. I hope I don't get enough shrinkage to cause me a problem. If I do, I'll have to change my plan a little bit probably. And most of it will come out right anyway. But it does look like I'm starting to get some shrinkage up there in the top. Well, the foundry's back in its corner. And I think I'll wait until tomorrow to pull that stuff out of the sand. I'm not used to doing it in the dark. So, of course, for you, it'll be the blink of an eye, and it'll be daytime. But I'm going to be spending hours curious, wondering how it came out. All right, so I let the thing sit in the backyard all night. I checked it about 3 or 4 hours after I poured it, and it was still hot, believe it or not. And the sand held the heat. I'm going to dump it over into my box there, and we'll see how it came out. No good. There you go. It didn't fill out the mold right. Didn't come out good at all. The bottom part was well on its way, but it didn't make it. Get all the holes. We're going to have to do this one over again until we get it right. And that's lovely. Well, there you go. Turn around and try it again. Alright, so I changed my plan and I just made that out of a 2x6 and a 2x4 and I've got it sort of upside down in the sand. I intend to pull that out and just leave an open cavity there and see if that will do any better. I didn't do really good with the foam, I know that, so we're going to give this a shot and see how it works out. I don't have a cope and drag set up big enough for the piece that I wanted to make there to do it in a normal manner, so hopefully this will work out. Only time will tell. Well, that was great. I don't know how much of the video I lost. My face shield flopped down and was running my face and hit the camera and caused a memory problem, and I had to do a data recovery, and I hope that it recovered, but you can sort of see down in the mold. I don't know for sure which way to hold the thing when I pour it. I guess I'll try to pour right through a middle hole there and let it fill up from there. You can see a couple little pieces fell out. I vacuumed them out of the bottom of there, which was a tricky maneuver in itself. But we got the foundry cooking away over there, and probably in about a half hour we'll move it out of there. This thing says I've got 65 minutes of battery left, so I'm not going to leave it running the whole time, but surely there's enough I can, when I get ready to go over and pop it out, I can just turn it on and know I get something, maybe. Well, other than a little smoky grass over there, things seem to be going pretty good. I couldn't tell if I washed any of the mold down into the hole or not. But let's go over there and take a look. There's what it looks like. It's the it doesn't look like I'm going to have any noticeable amount of shrinkage. I didn't have the last time either. And I've got a couple of really big ingots there. They're a little hot for the grass. They got the grass smoking under them, but they'll cool down. The grass will cool down right along with it. So we'll see what this came out like today. I'm going to wait till it cools down, and then we'll break it out of there. Well, here's the part of interest, or the interesting moment, or whatever. Let's see how it turned out. A little bit hot. I get some pliers. Here we go. Yep, I think that'll do. I'll cut off the camera and move it so you can see in person, up close. Okay. That looks to me like what we were after. Look at that. A little cleaning up to do, but once that sucker cools off, I can start machining it. And it looks like it came out much better than I'd expected after the first try. So there you go. You guys will be back when I start machining it. That might be a couple days. I expect it will be. Bubba's grandpa, who was Grandpa Bubba, they didn't get around a lot of different names in that family. But anyway, Grandpa Bubba had bought a lottery ticket, you know, and his wife and his daughter happened to look at the ticket on the day they had the drawing, and Grandpa Bubba won. And it was, you know, it was $100,000. And they was kind of worried that he'd get too excited and, you know, and have a heart attack and die or something, because he wasn't in too good a health. So they studied around on what to do about it, and they decided, well, they'd go down and get Reverend Zebulon and get him to come up there. He was a real hellfire and brimstone preacher, you know, and they knew that he would probably know what to do about everything. And so they told him the situation, you know, how Grandpa Bubba had won the $100,000 in the lottery. And so he goes in, you know, and they get to talking a little bit about this and that, you know, and then the Reverend says, well, he says, Bubba, he says, tell me this, didn't you buy one of those lottery tickets here the other day? And Grandpa Bubba says, yep, sure did. And so the Reverend Zebulon there, he says, well, he says, what would you do if you won the lottery? And so Grandpa Bubba says, well, he says, I tell you, I'd give you half of it. And the Reverend Zebulon dropped dead. Things don't always work out, you know.
Yeah, that's a hard life right there. Daisy's getting so fat she's got little rolls under her armpits. She knows I'm talking about her, don't you, Daisy? Yeah. Yeah. But we're wagging, so we're okay. Tell me, girl, where you going? Where you going today? What are you going to do? You don't know? Tell me this much, Daisy dog. Did you go vote today? Huh? Did you go vote? Did you? You did? Okay. Who'd you vote for? Huh? Who did you vote for? You did? Why? Tell me. Oh, okay. Secret ballot, huh? All right, well. All right, okay, then we'll just. Okay, I won't ask no more questions.